welcome back to my channel. Today's video is really exciting. I wasn't sure if I was going to make a video about this specific product, but I bought it and I am super excited to share it with you guys. If you follow me on Instagram at Patty C. Alonso, you probably saw my Instagram stories yesterday that I bought it yesterday and that I wanted to make a video on it. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to go ahead and do that so you can see all the sneak peeks of videos if you want to. The palette we're talking about today is the new Too Faced Natural Face palette. This one has been all over the Instagram. I have seen so many pictures of it and I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy it or not. It definitely looked interesting from the beginning, but a lot of the pictures on Instagram are super like oversaturated and it looked like a very light palette. Like every single shade looked really light to the point that it was for like extremely fair people and I didn't think anybody else could use it, so I wasn't that interested in it. But I saw it in person yesterday and the colors are a little bit better than I expected, so I bought it. Before we get into that, make sure you give my video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave, and let's just go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so I got a little closer for you so we can see some details on my face and on the palette. So this is it right here, the Too Faced Natural Face palette. This is part of their spring collection and they not only came out with this palette, it's like they are remaking the packaging for their whole line, which I think is a great idea. The new packaging is so much prettier. It does come at a higher price tag. I think their little palettes, their little natural ice palettes were like $36 and now they're $38. It is the same amount of shadows in there. I'm not sure if the quantity changed, but I know that they changed the formulation too, so there are more pigmented shadows. So that's fair. However, this is what caught my interest because the shadows, it's just like they've been repackaged. It's pretty, but it's the same eyeshadows they've had for years, and so it wasn't anything new. However, this is new and it definitely caught my attention because I don't think there's another palette on the market quite like this one. And let me explain to you guys why. Let me show you first the packaging. This is what it comes in. There's a little bit of a texture to this here. It's very fancy and feminine for sure. Once you open it, it's just a good old plain gold box. And then once you open the box, this is what's inside it. The packaging on this is so beautiful. I never want to have this in a drawer. I want to have it like on my vanity all the time. This is so feminine and like it's super sturdy and it's just so beautiful. I absolutely love the way this looks. And going back to what I was saying, this is why there's not quite something like this in the market. This palette has 2 bronzers, it has 2 blushes and 2 highlighters. Now there's a lot of palettes that have highlighters and bronzers and blushes, but I feel like they're kind of all separated. There's not quite a palette that has all of them here together. We do have the Urban Decay Naked Flushed palette, I think they're called. They have 1 bronzer, 1 highlight, and 1 blush. So that is a palette that compares, but with options like this one, not quite. I also really like that they gave you options. So I'm about to show you swatches in a second, but the Tropic Like It's Hot color, it's kind of like a satin finish, like shiny bronzer, and the Sunny Honey is more of a matte bronzer. It also has different shades of pink. Pink Sand here at the bottom is a gorgeous mauvey pink. I absolutely have my eye on that one, and it is a matte shade. Pink Wink at the top has a bit of a satin finish to it too, and it's a lot brighter. And then Satin Sheets and Starlight, I haven't swatched yet, but they look very interesting. So let's go ahead and get to swatching. I'm going to first start with the highlighters. So I have the 2 of them right here. First one I'm swatching is Starlight, and here we have Satin Sheets. Here they are. The Starlight is this one here, the more pinky one, and it's got like a shift. I don't think it's showing up on camera, but it's like a light pinky color with gold reflex in it. And the second one right here, this is Satin Sheets. It's got like it's like a, you only see the gold in the camera, but it looks like it has like a mauve shift to it too. Very pretty, both of them. I'm excited to put them on. Okay, so let's move on to blushes. Here are the swatches. We have Pink Wink and Pink Sand. Alright, so this is Pink Wink right here, which is the brighter, more satin finish blush. And then this one here is Pink Sand, which is a matte finish mauve blush. I absolutely love the way both look, but I think together, and I'm going to try that right now, they would be so absolutely gorgeous. So this right here would be the two of them mixed together. I really, really like the way that looks. So I think for my face, I might mix them because they look pretty like this, but I feel like mixed together, they're going to be bomb. So last but not least, we have the bronzers. We have Sunny Honey and Tropic Like It's Hot. Obviously, Too Faced always has like the best names and packaging. I love it. So Sunny Honey right here. And Tropic Like, ooh, this is unexpectedly pigmented. Okay, here they are. Sunny Honey right here. It's a very nice matte finish, lightish bronzer. And then Tropic Like It's Hot. It's a really, really gorgeous like bronzer with a shiny finish to it. This is like an excellent like summertime bronzer. I think that's going to be very, very pretty. A color like this one on really, really deep skin tones can also be used as a highlighter. But we all know this palette really is not going to be a palette for dark skin tones. Like, it's mostly, I would say, tan to fair skin tones that are going to be able to use it. Actually, not fair either, because a lot of these colors are going to be very, very dark on fair skin. I think it's going to be like light to tan skin tones that are going to get the most out of this palette. Because people who are extremely, extremely fair are now going to be able to use the highlighters, and people who have a deep or even a tan to deep complexion are not going to be able to use the bronzers, and the highlights might be too light. I wish they would have come out with maybe 2 palettes, and that way they could have included everyone, but I still bought it because I did like it and I thought it was a really, really great palette to own. It's going to be a good addition to my collection. Here's a close-up so you guys can see all the colors. Okay, so now let's get to the good part. Let's start using the palette. So I'm going to obviously do it all. I'm going to bronze and blush and highlight in that order. That's my favorite order to do the things in. So for bronzer, I'm going to use the Morphe M437 brush, this one right here. And I'm going to start with Sunny Honey, the light bronzer at the top. And I'm just going to start on the cheeks. I really like that it's not a super, like, now that I'm seeing it on, it looks really, really pretty. And it looks darker than I expected. I like that it is a very cool tone bronzer. In here, I feel like it looks a little bit more warm than it transfers. But it's really, really good. And also more pigmented than I expected. Really nice. Okay, so now I'm putting it on my jaw and the side of my neck, and obviously doing the same thing on the other side and all around my big forehead, because if you have a big forehead, you know, you can put bronzer all around it. So just like that, I'm going to go into the Tropic Like It's Hot color a little bit, like not that much because it's pigmented. And I think I'm going to put it a little bit over that other bronzer. We're gonna be extra bronzy today. The Tropic Like It's Hot color is definitely for deeper skin tone than me right now. My pale skin can barely take it. I'm going to get a clean brush and see if I can soften things up a little bit. I think I got too excited about these bronzers. Okay, so for the blushes, I think I'm leaving the bronzer here right now. For the blushes, I'm taking this brush. This is my E4 by Morphe, and I'm going to go ahead and just mix them both together and tap that color on. Just like that. In the camera, I feel like it looks okay, but I'm looking at it and it looks very intense. So this is my beauty blender that I use to apply my foundation. It has a little bit of my foundation on the back side. I'm just going to go kind of over everything with it. And that's going to make it look more natural. Okay, that looks a lot better to me. I'm going to go ahead and bake right under the bronzer. because I want it to look a little bit more defined. Alright, so while that bakes, I'm going to get Sunny Honey, the first bronzer we used, and I'm going to go in and put it all over the side of my nose so that my nose doesn't look pale in comparison to the rest of my bronziness. I'm going to go ahead and dust that away. I don't like to leave it for too long because I have dry skin, but it definitely helps to clean up the bronzer. Alright, and so last but not least, I'm going to try the highlighter. So I'm going to do Starlight first, which is the one that has the pinky reflex in it. That is beautiful. It reminds me of the pink highlighter in the Alchemist palette. I forgot to mention, guys, this palette smells so good. It smells like some kind of dessert. I don't know if it's vanilla or coconut or like chocolate. It smells so good though. Alright, so that's Starlight on this cheek, and then let's go on this one. And then I think over top of that one, just to show you, we're going to use Satin Sheet here, and I'm going to put it only on the highest point of my cheekbone. That looks so pretty. I'm doing a little bit of Cupid's bow highlighting. And I'm going to go ahead and put a lipstick on. So this is the lipstick of choice. This is my YSL liquid lipstick in the number 25. This is my favorite liquid lipstick formula. And this color is perfect for spring. Not that my eye look is springy, but I feel like my cheeks and my lip can be, right? So this is the finished look. And let me now give you my final thoughts on this palette. As you can see, I got it to look the level of bronzy that I normally go for, but it could go a lot darker than my skin tone, which is a great thing because that means that light skin like mine can use it, but also it can go maybe even to a tan skin tone. Let's start by the packaging, and I absolutely love the packaging. Like I said before, I never want to take this off my vanity. It looks so beautiful. I might put it like back there somewhere or something. I don't know. It's so beautiful. Besides the packaging though, what's inside the packaging, I absolutely love. I love that they did bronzers, blushes, and highlighters all in one palette because this makes this palette extremely travel friendly. I have a trip planned for September, a while from now, but that's okay, to go to Vegas, and this is going to be definitely the only palette I'm going to take with me because it's the only one that I know I will need for the cheek area, which simplifies things a lot already. I love the color selection on the palette as well. I love that they give you an option of a satin finish or a matte finish on almost everything. I love the color of the blushes. You can go very bright or very deep with the blush, which is great. I just realized how dark my camera made me look with this, but that's okay. Sorry about that. I chose to go with the level of depth that I normally do, and I chose to combine the two blushes because I thought that was going to be what I would like better. Besides that, the highlighters are not my absolute favorite highlighter I've ever tried by any means, but they're really nice and acceptable colors. I really like them. So out of 10, I give this one a 10. I always forget to mention prices and stuff. This palette retails for $44, which is not that bad for a Too Faced cheek palette and for the quality that this palette has. So I definitely recommend you guys check it out. Go to your local Sephora and try it out because it is beautiful and it has great pigmentation. I highly recommend it, to be honest with you guys. When I saw the pictures online, I thought it was an interesting concept. When I saw it in person, I knew I would like it, but now that I have tried it, I absolutely love it. So I definitely think that this palette was a good idea, and I am excited to keep using it on a day-to-day basis. Very travel friendly. This one is going with me to Vegas. So those are my final thoughts. If you guys don't follow me on other social media, this is my little username for everything is @PattyCAlonso, and you can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, on Snapchat. If you guys use Twitter, please add me. I'm not a huge Twitter user. Like, I just share my Instagram posts to Twitter, but I want to get into Twitter more. So if you guys have any questions or have anything to ask me, please go ahead and tweet at me so that I can use Twitter more and respond to you. I feel like that's a way that we can be connected. Besides that, don't forget, before you leave, give my video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to please subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!